for extra baggage, so don't forget to come and pick up your don't leave no pieces. You need.
I had a pimp who sold me to Russia one time. He promised me that it's weird in I mean, everything is backwards, but in trafficking, in being a prostitute, there's rankings to things. So a trafficker, a pimp, and a John are 3 different things. When you are one of the girls or one of the guys, you have a kind of a ranking, and being bottom bitch means being top. So when at one point you had to work for that ranking, though, if there's multiple girls or multiple boys in a pimp's possession, you have to work for that ranking. You have to work for that, basically, respect from your pimp to be able to have your pick of jobs. And it's not like you get to pick if you don't want to be hurt. It's just kind of choosing a lesser evil type of situation. So if you find that ranking, or if you have that ranking with your pimp, then you can kind of pick what jobs you want. So if there's sex machines, then you can pick kind of the least painful sex machine to have to be on for hours. So with my pimp, I started learning that if I was nice to him, if I didn't fight as hard, if I gave up with the fighting, and if I just did what he said, then I would become bottom, which means top. He proposed to me when we were 15 years old. And his promise, with me being his wife, I was running around in very expensive diamond rings. My mom smashed so many of them. My mom now, when she found them, she smashed some in the street, and she didn't understand. I wasn't telling her everything. I was just saying, I have a 27-year-old boyfriend. I have my man, my husband is a grown man, and I was 15. So when he proposed to me, the promise was that if I said yes, and if I did what he said, then I would stay with him. And he, there was other girls that I saw with him. There were other girls that I shared him with. That sounds so ass backwards, but when you say it like that, but that was backwards to say, but it is what it is. But we had this deal, and this deal was that he wouldn't, the other girls and the other boys that he had, he wouldn't just leave me. He wouldn't sell me out of country and leave me there. He made that promise, and of course, there's no promises that he kept. They were all empty and broken and lies. So when I had to go to this auction, and this man from Russia purchased me, I thought, okay, we'll just come right back. And the first time he said, you'll leave with him. He wants to have what's called a girlfriend experience, where they're able to take you home and they're able to keep you for the weekend, and have you wake up next to them, is the girlfriend experience. And when I went with this man for a weekend, it was culture shock. It was, the smells were different, the buildings were different, everybody talked different. I didn't understand anybody. I was the only black girl, so when it comes to Americans and when it comes to being black, it definitely was the kicker, because they don't have any respect for you, and especially being a prostitute, they didn't have any respect at all. So some men like to have sex with you with their feet, put you on leashes, make you lick the floor or lick their feet, piss on you, shit on you, things like that. When I figured that out, I was like, I was praying, please God, let me get back to California. And I promise I will be a freaking angel for this man, because I don't want to end up staying here. When we came back, my pimp told me I was going back out there before a week. The money that was exchanged is when I knew it was time to make a decision, because I knew I wasn't coming back. And I knew that he promised that he would bring me back, but there was money counters that came out. There was a huge meeting that he had to have. There was paperwork. And that's when I realized I have to do something, because they're going to kill me. And in the worst way. And he told me, you're just going to leave for a week. And I'm like, there's no way. So I got out of school. I was told to go to the park in Fontana and sit on the swings. I had bright red hair, and this is what saved my life, because I was about to get branded. I was about to change my complete look to go to Russia, because that's what my pimp was telling me to do. So I braided my hair and I changed it. It was blood fire engine red, and it was so bright that it was so noticeable anywhere I went. And I had brushed it out, so it's frizzy and crazy. And I went and sat on the swings, and I called my mom and my grandma at the time, and I told her, I love you. I don't know if I'll talk to you again, but I'm about to leave. And she's like, where? And when my grandma heard that in my voice, she rushed to the park. She saw me sitting on the swings. She's like, get home now. She called my mom. My mom called the foster home. She called the police. She called the social worker. And thank God they did, because it stopped the Russia order. It stopped my pickup. I was sitting on the swings getting ready to leave to go to Russia. And it stopped everything. That night, after telling my mom the complete truth and knowing that I wasn't about to come back, I made a choice to run and to disappear, because there was no way. CPS wasn't listening. My social workers knew and was in on it. They would tell me to stop telling people. People were making fake court orders for my mom. That was the time where I was like, it's either life or death right here. And in the next time that I have to try to make this decision, I'm probably going to be somewhere where I can't get out. So I ran. I disappeared from Child Protective Services government custody for a year straight. By less than a few weeks, because of my last name and because of the elite ties that I have, they took me out of the missing child's network system, and removed me from any Amber Alerts or any type of system to tell anybody that I was missing. But CPS still collected money for me. There were fake FBI that were sent out to torment my mom, to mess with people that I knew of that my pimp seen me with, because he made it. There were fake FBI that came out to torment my mom because my pimp made it in a way that he knew who I was hanging around. He knew what I was doing at school. He knew all those things. But I had to be safe, and I can't say exactly how I disappeared. It would incriminate a few really, really, really good people, because they had to do what they had to do to make sure that I'm still sitting here right now. If I didn't leave that park that day, I'd probably still be stuck in somebody's tunnel or dead. So.
Hello. I'm back. It's just a conversation. Now I'm going to do a couple quick things on here, not to be on too long. But I came on because it's so much disturbing stuff about this P. Diddy case. But we all know this thing is bigger than P. Diddy. It's way bigger than P. Diddy. Okay, they after the big fish. And really, he's not the big fish. But the elite people are not getting caught up in this. By no means necessary. Now, for a while, I've been following this little girl. Well, she's not a little girl anymore. She's a woman who was sex trafficked. And her name is Allie Carter. That's what she's going by as of now. She's been through turmoil. She speaks out against Oprah Winfrey, P. Diddy, Denzel Washington. The list goes on and on. And she always said, you guys know what you did to her. Now, the information that I'm getting is the research that I do. A lot of times some commentators say stuff and I'll look it up and see what they're talking about. If I'm not interested, I won't. But I don't like to throw commentators out here nor people out here. Because I'm going to say like I always say, don't come after me. Because I'm only telling you what the streets is talking about. The streets said it. Go out there and get it from them. Don't come here. Because I'm repeating just what they said. Now, I do my research just like any other commentator. They go down rabbit holes. They find this, they find that. Yes. So what you going to do about it? Get us all? I mean, I've been knowing that for years. I've been knowing for, I could say, actually really knowing about this 3 years ago. There was a tip I got about it. And these people are a little higher than these commentators is talking about. And my platform is not big at all. Not at all. So I've been doing this for a year now. And the things that I've learned, and I'm still learning. People get on here with false information and you go, oh, I don't believe that. But sometimes you have to do your own due diligence and find what you need to find. To say, hey, this is true. Now, back to the young lady whose name is Allie Carter. She has been saying this for years since I came on the scene to know about sex trafficking, human trafficking, drug trafficking, all these traffickings. I would see her periodically on different blogs or different commentators' pages saying, hey, these people are sex trafficking me. This has happened to me. You know, and the thing about when you go to a P. Diddy party, after a certain time, it's sad. I didn't say it. This is what I hear from the streets. That Denzel Washington told another actor, hey, you better be gone before the devil comes out. Well, to me, the devil's already there. He's already there. He ain't coming out. He's already there. And for you to be there and know that he's there says a lot about you. Okay? Now, this child, this young lady who was sex trafficked as a child through CPS. Says she's seen some horrific things. I just got off one of the some research I was doing on her, and she was also basically saying that she was sold to a guy in Russia. Okay. And she had a pimp. She was his bottom. And to be his bottom, you have to do everything that he asks you to do. And in order to be that, that's to stay alive. Away from as less torture as possible. To get him to like you and trust you. And know that you won't fight against him. That's what a bottom is. So she, in turn, is saying all this stuff. This is what she says. And I believe her. I've been believing her since day one. Yeah, I believe her. And it's not because all this stuff has come out about P. Diddy. No. I never liked him. I knew it was something about him I didn't like. But it's because the way she tells the story. And the way the other victims that I have witnessed tell the story sounds the same all the way across the board. And these victims have never met each other. Now, there are people all across the world that is sick. All across. But these people are people with money. Oil sheiks, and, people that want what they want and they're going to get it at any cost. It's money in this. It's money in human trafficking. It's money in it. So she begins to tell how, at the party, at P. Diddy's party, and other parties she's been to, that they bring out the party favors. Now, when you think of party favors, you've been to parties, you think of party favors. You go to a P. Diddy party or a high elite party, and they're giving out party favors. Well, if I'm there, I got a little money. I'm balling a little bit. So what is it that they can give me as a party favor that I would really have any interest in? We go to bridal showers, we go to baby showers, and they give us party favors for coming. Baby shower, the dad will give out cigars, whatever. They'll give you little tokens of the baby or little things for coming. Thank you party favors. And you don't think nothing of it. It's no big thing. No big deal. Okay. You take that home, you throw it somewhere. Years go by, you end up throwing it away or giving it away to somebody. So what could it be that these multimillionaires and billionaires, what could be a party favor for them? What do you think it could be? A Birkin bag for somebody? They got them. What could it be? Party favor. Now, back in the day, way back in the day in the 80s, when I was a child, and people, I'm talking about not elite people, not rich people. I'm talking about just normal working people. Will give parties. I hear all this stuff. The street's been talking for a long time. Back then, you go to a normal party. Let's say your mama's friends have a party for all adults, and they come home. They have favors. What do you think those party favors were? So party favors been existing for a long time. This is nothing new. So what do you think those party favors were back in the 80s when your mama and your aunties and your grandmamas and all of them would have parties and everybody come over, adult party, kids go somewhere else or somebody's watching them at somebody else's house. There ain't no kids nowhere. No kid is nowhere in those type of parties. You don't even smell a kid. No kids. So, what do you think those party favors were? I can tell you. Cocaine. Or, am I supposed to say that? The C word. That's what it was. It was the C word. We're going to take that word out and put in the C word. Yeah. And marijuana. Yeah. Those people. Uppers and downers. Bennies. You don't think I know about all that? Those were called party favors. Not saying that is a normal thing. That's not normal to have party favors as a D word. Why are we having those type of party favors? But in today's society, that's normal. That was back then. I'm talking about back then. It was normal. That was normal. That wasn't no big thing. That was what a party favor was. And expensive party favors. Nowadays, everybody got the D. Everybody got the D. So you can't send me to a party and say, hey, we got party favors, we got the D or the A. I got that. That's what they say now. I got that. They come with that. They lead with it. That's no big thing. Now that they have legalized marijuana, who cares? So the elite people, the billionaires and millionaires and all these prestige peoples, doctors, lawyers, mayors, actors, bankers, all these people, elite people, their party favors tend to be a little bit different. It involves de-trafficking. Yeah. De-trafficking. Yeah. S trafficking. And the number one is the H trafficking. So you go there, they pull out the favors at a certain time. Allie Carter said that there were children laid out on the table with food all over their bodies. You got a strawberry, couple strawberries, on their chest. Not an apple, somewhere down below. And you pick from there. And that was part of the favors. But then don't think it stops there and that's it and the child goes away. Later on, you get to pick from any child that you want and to do with whatever child you want to do it with. That is now called H trafficking. That is called S trafficking. That is called the M word. So now we got all this stuff going on at Diddy's house and anybody else's house that is an elite person. We got all this going on, at these people's house. That's what we got going on now. So being we have this going on, it's normal to them to do this. And when you have agencies and social services and stuff like that that's helping with this, you're in a no-win situation. These children are hopeless, helpless. Nobody can imagine the trauma that they're going through right now. Nobody, because you haven't been through it. But this is what's happening to our children. And these children grow up to be grown adults. And then some of them grow up to do the same stuff. It's a taught behavior. So now, I just wanted to get on here right quick. I've been on here almost for 15 minutes, and I want to just say that this little girl, this grown woman, Allie Carter, has come out with this. She's been telling it. Nobody's been listening. Everybody's turned a blind eye to it. And now that Diddy has come out and it's been exposed, now everybody's trying to hear her story. For what? For what? She says her and her mom has lost their home. They lost their animals. They've lost a lot of stuff. They're on the run. People are always looking for them, doing stuff to them. She don't go into too much detail, but why you want to know now? She says, though, if something comes up wrong with her or her mom, she's got information that has been stored away where the right people will get it. But she's still on here trying to get us in different organizations to speak out. I mean, like these commentators, myself also, we should put it out that this child Oh, I believe her, that this child has been through hell and back. She says she went to Russia. And they do all kind of things to you. They pee on you. They poop on you. When you become their as slave, they poop on you. They piss on you. They do all kind of different things to you. They do whatever they want to you. And then this was the mind blower right here to me. I mean, there's several, but this is what I found out just today. And if you can think it, can happen. But just never thought about it because my mind doesn't work that way. She also says that if you are sold to someone, first she says that they are tested every day, their urine, their blood, to see if they have any diseases. And that's what keeps them in the forefront of going to other people. But if you have a disease that you can't get rid of, it's incurable, then you're sold to someone that also has the disease that's incurable. And they leave you with that person, so you won't infect anyone else. Just like trash. They just put you with the trash. Take you out with the trash. They ruin your life and put you with somebody who has ruined somebody else's life. And now you become a victim of someone that's done this. And you had nothing to do with it. But I wanted to jump on here and just kind of run down what I've learned today, even though I've been knowing her for a while. And I've been following her story for over, I would say 2 years now, but I've only been on YouTube for a year. But I followed her story. It's been 2 years. There has to be some go-between here, because if P. Diddy gets out, even if P. Diddy does go to jail for all his heinous crimes, there's another P. Diddy out there. Just like there was R. Kelly. Now there's P. Diddy. But see, they're the small fries. They're just imitating what they've been taught. And for some reason, we as black people think that we can do what Hugh Hefner has done, because Hugh Hefner got away with it. Well, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Hugh Hefner, from what my research tells me, is kin to a Rothschild. Yeah. So he's untouchable. I'm not sure, but he's kin. I know he's kin to a Rothschild, but where is he in that line? I'm thinking he's a cousin. It don't matter. They stick together. But you can't be of the other persuasion. You can't be this color and think you're going to run an empire like this, where there's S trafficking, D trafficking, M going on. And they're not going to stop you. You're the wrong color. Well, what they do is they build you up and make you think, I'm a billionaire, I got it like this, can't nobody touch me, I got money. Well, baby, my grandmother always told me, never, never, never disrespect anybody on the ladder. When you're going up the ladder, never step on the people that's at the bottom of the ladder, because you too, one day, will have to come down that ladder. So, I just wanted to jump on here. Now it's 20 minutes. I got to go. I got other things I need to do. But y'all take care. And remember what I told you. It's just a conversation. Bye. I'll see you next time.